So like this. So we already normalize the data. So the upper bound +3 and lower bound -3 and center line will be 0. Yang already mentioned that. Why is it 0? After normalization, Z is following the NRD. The normal identical distributed, the normal distribution with the 0 mean and the right? 0 and 1. So why the upper bound is +3, the lower bound is -3, the center line is 0. 哎，一路你认真一点啊！你到现在。
他在问那个标准化为什么？
哎，你统计有没有过？说话有没有过？
有啊。
那你就对不起我了，我给你过，你还只是问这个撞墙，撞墙。Okay, then. So, okay. Then, the metric system, the merit system. Then move to the 7.3.3, page 3002. When complex product, very complex product, like a laptop, like an iPad, like a cell phone. This is really complex. Sometimes we use a mobile. So there's several quite important module. They integrate together into a single one cell phone. So this is very difficult to tell which part will be will be the most important module. However, there's several, like we have a camera, this is a camera module, or the connectivity module, charger module, or TFT LCD, and so in such a system, we would like to combine all the important modules into consideration at the same time. Then, with complex products such as automobile, computer, I mentioned, or the major appliance like a refrigerator or television or projector, or that projector, then the unit of product having one very serious defect will probably be classified as non-conforming to requirement. So if it failed, that particular specification is failed, then it will give very serious defect. So, but a unit have several minor defects might not necessary to be non-conforming. So such a system, such a situation, we need a method we call the weighting approach. So the merit system, I would like to consider all the possible defects and integrate as one by weighting different severity of defects. So we're going to classify non-conformities or defects according to its severity and weight the various type of defect in a reasonable manner. So like class A, class B, class C, and class D. Then very seriously A will be given, and if seriously B will be given, if C is, well, this is in the moderately serious, C will be given. Finally, if it is minor defect and D is given, like this. Then CIA 100 is the weight that are given to the really serious A. The 50 is given to serious. The 10 is given to, the weight 10 is given to the moderately serious, and 1 is given to the minor defect. So the demerits, the weight 150, 10, or 1 can be defined in advance. However, you're going to ask, Professor Morris, can we give the very seriously defect by a weight 1,000? Yes, you can do. However, it depends. That weight will be evaluated by a committee that's called FEMA, FMEA. Evaluation. The Federal evaluation approach. So suppose that the sample N is inspection unit sometime. So then the number of demeritors per unit is defined as a capital D, like this, divided by N. And capital D is the total number of demerits, is D1 plus D2 plus D3 until the Dn. So N is totally what is the sample size. And this is in all N inspection unit. Since the mu I is a linear combo of the independent Poisson random variables, so like this, mu I is a Poisson distribution. This is the capital D. Capital D is equal to the summation of the DI, like this. So each one will follow a normal, a Poisson distribution. The linear combination will follow the Poisson distribution. And the DI follow the Poisson distribution, then capital D follow the Poisson distribution. Then the mu I follow the Poisson distribution as well. So this is a transferable property. Then the statistic mu I could be plotted as a control chart with the following statistics. So mu bar, since the mu I, mu 2, mu 3 until the mu I starting I equal to 1 to n. So totally we have a n sample size then. Mu bar, then plus the 3 standard deviation of the sigma hat mu. So this is a plus 3 standard deviation minus 3 standard deviation. Then take the square root. So we understand why, since this is a 100, when we taken out of the variance operator, should be squared up. Why? We mentioned before, if the variance of the x equal to the sigma x squared, right? Then the variance of the cx is equal to what? If we multiply c in front, and its variance going to be看黑板 look at me 杨天勇告诉他答案基本对对吗 What do you think? Yes.
就前面多加个
C square? Why? Why? Gentlemen, why? Why this is true? Why is so? this.
我中文，我中文，所以说中文这样子。
Am I correct? CX. When an expected value take a square and take its rotation. Am I correct? Then say factor out CX minus expectation. C expectation X squared. Right? Then this is C. Taken out of that, this is C. The C squared expectation X minus expectation of X. So this is the C squared inside expectation of X minus expectation squared. This is sigma X. That's why this is equal to this squared. Okay? Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Very good. Then, so mu bar. So we've got mu I, the mu B, mu C, and mu D. Since we have A, B, C, D. Then we've got the mu bar. So 100 mu A, mu B, mu C, and mu D, and take the mu bar. And anything else? Let me see. Okay, then take the, so this is a square, totally divide by n. Okay. So, that is equal to the, right? This is x bar. Gentlemen, sigma x bar. Since sigma x is the variance of the x is a sigma x squared. So the sigma x squared bar equal to sigma x squared divided by n, right? The sampling distribution. That's why we have an n here. Question? Eugene, question? No? Reindeer? No? Okay. So, there's gotta be example. Let me see that. No, it doesn't provide. Okay, let's go to the 7.3.4. The operating characteristic function for the OC curve. That's known as the operating characteristic.
Characteristic.
Operating characteristic. Okay, the OR curves for both C chart and U chart can be obtained the Poisson distribution in the defect. The probability distribution of the defect follows Poisson distribution. So Poisson distribution should be borrowed in order to calculate the OC curve. Then for C chart OC curve plot the probability of the type 2. What is the type 2? Type 2 that mean. So when the null hypothesis is not true, however, we do not reject. Do not reject, that means this is the upper control limit, this is the lower control limit. However, our point is fall within. the control limit, then we commit the type 2 error. We do not reject it. However, the mean is already shifted somewhere else. Actually, we don't know. Then in such a circumstances, we should reject the null hypothesis. Some point should be extrapolated outside the control limit, right? Since the mean already shifted. Yeah. So in such a case, the beta is type 2 error. Type 2 error, that means we accept the null hypothesis, even though the null hypothesis is not true. That this is between this and this. We're going to calculate the probability within this region. That's it. That's the type 2 error. Right? Type 2 error. Question? 带起来呀！我都带你快带来，莫名其妙，快！
他有脖子，
女生都带人。
他有脖子啊，老师。
什么有脖子？什么意思？有脖子吗？有吗？哦，有，哎，来，绑起来，稍微绑起来，快点啦，变毒
太色了吧？
绑起来。哎呦，你怎么脸还是红的？不需要我开成嫁你啊？有什么关系？来，这绑来。好吧。
在外面点就很贵。
对。Then X is a Poisson random variable with parameter C. C is a number of the defect. So no, if the lower control limit is less than 0, the second term or the right hand side should be dropped. If this is a negative, then they're going to be dropped. Since the lower bound going to be nil, if this is less than 0, then this is going to set up as a 0, right? So this can be dropped. Right? The ready drop. Same song. Is a negative. No, it's not going to work. So it's going to default to the 0, right? The negative, it doesn't exist. So if the negative, it directly readjusts to 0. So you calculate the first one, upper bound lower, so the minimum already 0. So second term can be dropped. Get it? Okay. So we will generate OC curve for the C chart in example 7.3. 7.3 is like this. Let me see that. Yeah, it's just a long time. 7.4, C chart, 7.3, almost there. There you go. This is a C chart. This is a sampler number of the non-conformity. This is C chart. The every 100 PCB board, printed circuit board. Then we calculate the C, the 3 standard deviation. This is the upper bound and the lower bound. So, however, the average is about 20. However, this is already shifted. We're going to reject it. So, in which region we're going to commit the type 2 error? Between the upper bound and lower bound. That. So this is a scenario we're going to address. Okay, let's move on. Okay, then. Okay, so upper bound 33.22 and the lower bound 6.48. So given C. Okay? 33.22 and 6.48. Then since the number non-conformity must be integer, 对吧？好起来，比例什么 ？integer 是什么？整数 integer。Must be integer. So then So gotta be changed. Less than 33.22. You round down to 33 and add the equal, right? Then this contained within this. So we round down and put the equal into. We round down and put equal. Then if the less than 6, we also round down and put equal. So C. So this probability are evaluated based upon the table 7.14. The OC curve can be shown in the figure 7.22. Right here. Okay. Between this, the 33 between 6, so C is equal to 1. So how can you generate those numbers? Let me see if there's a table on the box. Don't have any. Hold on. Okay, this is a homework. You need to use a Minitab to regenerate this table. This is an individual work. So going to use a Minitab and a probability calculator to generate this table. Do you get it? Things are typically like Jianjia mentioned, you need to check the table in the statistical textbook. 应该这个在统计的教科书里面有一个 table 可以查 right? Then right now I prefer you instead use a Minitab. There's a computer software try to calculate this number for me and print it out and regenerate the table. 这个等于是这个 table 你要用自己重新建立起来。然后你 print out 很多的 print out 在后面告诉我，哦，这数字从这边来，从电脑你用 copy paste 贴到的 Word 里面，哦，我是产生这个报表贴进来。你不要贴整的，你只要贴有统计的那个 probability 贴进来，一条哦。Then use the highlighter. That number comes from that computer printout. I use it to regenerate this table. Okay. Do you understand? 班长，了解吗？还在理解。那个reindeer, no. Neil, do you get it? Do you understand it? 杨婷 okay. Okay, then gentlemen, do you get me? Do you understand what I'm talking about? How about you? Okay. Zhao. Get it? No? Patricia, do you get it? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Nice girl. Really nice. And twins. Good. 李健，看你的脸色非常慌张。 什么进？进移哦 ，OK reverse I'm sorry， 进移或移进？移进，到底是移进还是出进？进移吗？Are you sure？ 哦，进移好了 ，OK， 好了。因为为什么叫移进？是不是有一个漫画书名叫移进？不是有漫画，移进。亚德莱欧哆啦 A
谁在上统计课啊？就我做那个谁在上平板课啊？
大熊啊。Yeah. Hold on, guys. Yeah, you generate the graph as well. You can just plot in the Minitab. You use a Minitab too. So since you have those numbers and you graph.
有纸。
哦，这什么啊？小偷啊？
没有，我都把纸夹在里面了。作业。
Yeah. Since you generate those, you have those numbers, then use a Minitab, the graphic tool, to draw the graph. So you have the table, you also have the graph. You need to plot the graph.
哦，好，来，有。现在想。
我是比较烂，他是比较好。
那个是去喝酒算。
Hooters.
不是。
是要那个吗？
Okay, then.
要那个代价很大。
So then I would like to ask. So what do you say? Then we see the example 7.3 there. Okay, 7.3. Okay, then. Hey guys, turn to the page 291. Can you tell me what is the center of this control chart? Around? Where does it getting around? What is the center? Page 291. Miss Zhao, what is the center for this C chart? Center, C-E-N-T-E-R, center line. 19 point, what? 19.85, right? Is 85? No, 19.67. Okay, that. So around here, so it is close to 100. So that is to say, center is around here. So when the center is right here. If the center is truly really close to the center, then that's more likely you commit type 2 error. If it is really far away from, so then the type 2 error decreases. Why? Why this is true, Ms. Kao? Why this is true? Look at the board. Since the center is right here, why it is so is the same. It's not 19.67. It's close to this real thing, and you more likely commit type 2 error. Why? Since the difference is so small, for you very difficult to identify that such a tiny difference. So that is to say, we more likely commit type 2 error. For example, if this gentleman, his real height is 175 centimeter. However, I make a hypothesis test. I claim he is 176. The difference is only 1 centimeter. Do I more likely commit a type 2 error? Yes. 为什么？他比如说他真正的身高是175，假设，但是我今天做了一个假设，我说他身高176，他真的是175，中间只差1公分。对我们人类来讲，这1公分很难判定，他早上晚上差1公分都有可能。我是不是很容易犯错？ 它只有175，我却宣称它是多少？176。好，它是175，但是我给了一个假设，它185，我容不容易犯错？不可能，看起来都没办法啊，对不对？是这，懂我意思吗？差的越大就越不容易，真的跟宣称的真实的跟宣称的差越大，容不容易犯错？不容易犯错，懂意思吗？他明明175，我却我这个人不知道怎样，我说他185，可不可能？比较不可能，所以说 this is less likely. So the true value is from here. So if it is really close to the true value, more likely commit the type 2 error. If it is really far away, so you can see that type 2 error decreases. Type 2 error decreases as well. Do you get it? Computer science 你有没有听懂？啊？有没有听懂？你的帽子呢？戴起来。不合群啊，不行的。我是不是公馆人？
确实，
还是
这确实。
还是我们的那个卧底啊？啊？
在朝野心在汉。戴帽子根本就想当欺负。
戴啥？啊？哎，干嘛？怎样？不喜欢这个班就退班啊，对不对？
太可了吧？
对。来，then。Okay, for the mu chart. So C chart is already mentioned. Then on the contrary, the C chart applies by the same law. So for the U chart, we may generate the OC curve. This is U, also L upper control limit, lower than upper control limit, and less than or equal to the lower control limit. Then we multiply N. Then so we just transform into C. Why we do that? Since the mu is total C divided by N, we just multiply N back. Why we do that? Mu 是什么意思？每一个单位，我们就把什么 n 乘回去，是不是就变成总数了？总数又符合什么分配 ？Poisson distribution. We transform it back for the purpose. Then we take the advantage of using the Poisson distribution once again. Then we multiply it back. So this is a C less than N. The C less than N, we multiply it back. So X between the upper control limit and lower control limit and pre-multiplied by N. So into the Poisson distribution. Like this, like we take this and this. So I will mention this later. So put into the this is N mu, since this is N mu X. So X between this, since originally we have a parameter mu. However, we already pre-multiplied by N. So the mean occurrence parameter turned out to be the N mu. So this is the Poisson distribution probability formula. Okay, then this is the bracket, this is the bracket. This is the N LCL, denote the smallest integer greater than or equal to the N LCL. This is the lower control limit. Okay, let me see that. Okay, take a break.